Okay, let's see. Hi, if you're watching this video, it means you've already purchased the Trader Accountability Journal. And first off, I want to say congratulations. Okay, now in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to use it to stay disciplined and manage your emotions before, during, and after each trade. Okay, now, first off, I want to let you guys know that this journal doesn't demand perfection. Okay, you don't have to be perfect to use this journal. The only thing I'd ask from you is that you be 100% honest. Okay, be 100% honest with yourself and with this journal. Okay, any consequence you see in here, please, please, please apply it, because that's the only way that you're going to be able to maximize the potential and the use of this journal. Okay, now to bind that, I want you to make an agreement with yourself here. Okay, I want you to write down your name, write down your signature, and the date that you decided to start using this journal. Okay, to seal everything off. Now, a few explanations. Number one is a trading ban. Okay, a trading ban is basically the constraints that you give upon to yourself once you violated one, two, or multiple of your rules. Okay, so if, say, for example, in a week you are 100% compliant, so you follow your rules to a T, you are allowed to use your normal size. Okay, going on to the next week. Now, if you violate your rules once, automatically you're going to start reducing your lot sizing. That's the rule. Okay, now if you violate your rules multiple times, that's when the full trade ban comes in. Now, during the trade ban, as you can see here, you're not allowed to trade live. That's one. Two, you're not allowed to trade demo. Three, you're not allowed to forward test. Now, I know. Hear me out. Listen, during forward testing, the brain treats forward testing the same as real life trading. So the brain doesn't actually know the difference. And the reason why this trading ban is set is once you start violating your rules and breaking your rules, enforcing a full trade ban is like putting a circuit breaker, okay, to cut you off exactly from continuously making psychological mistakes. You understand? Okay. So right here, for example, you can see one violation here means next day ban, two in a week, 2 day ban. Repeated violations, full week ban. So in a full week, you're not going to trade. You're not going to trade, no trading, no backtesting. The only thing you're allowed to do is historical backtesting. Okay, you can just go back in time to just see how setups played out, okay, without actually, using the forward, using the what do you call it, the forecasting tool. Okay, now here is the main setup of this journal. Okay, first you're gonna write the day one, because this is a 30-day journal, right? This is day one right here. Here you're gonna put in the date, permission level right here. So what this permission level is basically if you're compliant, you can say 100%. Okay, normal size. If it's the week when you violated your rules and you're using reduced size, permission level here is gonna say you're gonna write reduced size. Okay. Now let me tell you guys something. You see this line right here, this particular line. I cannot stress how much this line is such a game changer, especially for me, because I had a problem with overtrading. But you see this line right here, just inputting this line solves your overtrading problem immediately, because you can't write 4 here. 4 out of 3 trades doesn't make any sense. So here you're gonna put your planned trade for the day, 1, 2, max 3. Okay, and then you're gonna put your emotion. How do you feel before the trade? How do you feel before, going into the charts to look for a setup? Are you calm? Are you hesitant? Are you anxious? Are you overconfident? Now, the tip that I'm gonna give you is if you feel anything other than calm, if your feelings are anything other than calm, please and please and please, you can either reduce your size or don't trade at all. This is something that I found within my own trading. If I'm anything other than calm, my results tend to be a little bit below, okay, below top performance. You understand? Okay. So you're gonna put in your session here. So whether it's Asian, London, New York, whichever one. Down here is the grade. Is it an A setup? Is it a B setup? Is it a C setup? So, also, adding in addition to the previous statement that I made, if you're anything other than calm, usually your psychology is messed up and you may not actually see the market for what it is. So most of the times I notice that each time I'm anything like this, like hesitant, anxious, or overconfident, most of my setups actually fall between B and C. Okay, and obviously, what do you think happens with a B setup or a C setup? More than likely, is more than likely to fail. Okay, so always stay calm. Always pick out your A plus setup only. Okay. Now, next, you're gonna put in here your symbol. Oh, let me just show you guys something. I use PDF gear to fill mine. Okay, so right here, I'm just gonna show you this. Right here, A setup. Okay, there you go. It's okay for taking style. And then here, breakout, pullback, reversal. I like trading pullbacks, so I'm just gonna put this here. Right, and then I'm gonna add text. For example, I'm just show you guys how I would normally do mine. So I'll just say, for example, this right here is GBP, JPY. Okay, and then I'm gonna pull this. Just put this here. Longer short. Let's just say this long. I'm not gonna just go through everything just because I'm trying to save time. I don't want this to be a super long video. Now, reason for the trade over here, what you're gonna do is you're gonna explain your setup. Now, if you can't explain your setup, please don't take the setup. Okay, please don't take the setup. So personally, I trade MSNR, so I can just say daily reject daily, 4-hour breakout for each breakout, and 1 hour auto block entry. Okay, simple as that. Simple as that. I'm just gonna put this here. I can just leave this here. Now risk, let's just say I'm risking $1,000. Okay, $1,000 per trade. Now over here, I'm gonna say emotion during my trade. So this is only for when the trade, you've already entered the trade is moving, maybe it's hovering around your entry point, or it's like halfway past your entry point, or in drawdown, whichever one. So you can say, still say normal, or if you're feeling kind of anxious, you wanna like exit the trade impulsively, you can also put that there. Okay. Now moving on, you can say final P&L TPS. So this is for later. Okay, this is for after the trade has played out. Now, the next place is gonna be your post-trade reflection. Okay. Now this here is gonna be for what did you learn from today's trades? Did your emotions influence any of your decisions? Right? Did you stick to your hard cap? So that's everything you're gonna write in here. You can take calm or happy if you hit TP, hopefully. Yeah. Rules followed, yes. Now, if you say rules followed, you have no business with any of these anymore. And then you can be like here, if you followed your rules, you can just say always stick to higher time frame for buyers. So that's something you can do. Okay. Okay. Now, if you didn't follow your rules, you're gonna have to say exactly why you didn't follow your rules. Okay. When I was a beginner, when I was starting, I think one of my main issues was impulsive entries and exit. So I used to enter impulsively. I couldn't wait for price to either come to my POI or show me full confirmation that I needed to enter. So you can just say this, impulsive entry or exit, whichever one it is, or auto, okay? And then you're gonna say your emotion trigger. So usually it's FOMO, fear of missing out, Sometimes it's overconfidence, sometimes it's fear. Whichever one it is for you, just pick it and then come down here in this section example for notes, this entire section over here. Let me show you what I mean, like this full section, everything here. Everything here. So you can just use this place for your notes, basically. Okay. Now, this journal is structured in a way that you're gonna have to do it for 6 times. So it's after every 6 trading sessions, every 6 trading days. That's when you get your weekly review. Okay, because I don't believe you trade Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays. If you do that, you might wanna put the brakes on, okay, because that's too much. So this is set up for only after every 6 trades. So that's 6 trades. That will be, let me do this quickly. That will be around page 16. That should be about right. Yeah, there we go. Yes, so here at the end of the week, that's where you're gonna say week off. So you're gonna go back and say the first place you started from. So I'm just gonna say, just for context, for this sake of this video, I'm just gonna say week of let's say 11th February 2026 to okay, oh yeah, that's fine, to let's just say 18th or 16th February 2026. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Okay, now, were you fully compliant this week? So these are the questions you need to ask yourself. So were you fully compliant this week? You can say yes, or you can say no. And then you can go back and count how many times you violated your rules, which of your rules was most broken. And then, because you've already had all these opportunities right here to, to note your emotions and then note the patterns, basically, that is showing itself up and up and up over time, then you have enough data to put in here. Okay. Now, one thing I want to tell you is that this particular format, this particular structure, what it's going to do is it's going to help you to see your progress clearly, and then for you to be able to plan for the next week. Now, just right here, you can see right here it says rule tweak suggestion. So maybe if you've been entering of an order block and then you've noticed that, okay, most of your order block entries are not really panning out well, then you can say, okay, let me tweak from entering from my order block to maybe entering through a breaker block instead. You understand? Maybe because if you've noticed that, okay, price usually picks the breaker block instead of the order block, then you can make that tweak and put it right there. Okay, and then putting, whether you're going to use normal size or whether you're going to use reduced size, or everything you need is really here. Like, everything simple is really here. Now, I just want to tell you guys something. If you follow these steps consistently, believe you me, it is going to help you trade more disciplined and then stay aware of every emotions every single day. Okay, cheers. Happy trading, guys.